Hello, welcome to the video, and I'm back again with another PC, another Raspberry Pi case. I'm reading that as I said it, so yeah. Yeah, I've been away for a bit because I've had COVID, so that's kind of knocked me out a bit. And I was supposed to come back and do a video on the last case with Pi-Mega, but I had some trouble with that, not the case, but with Pi-Mega. So yeah, I'm back here again, and we're going to have a look at this one today. This is called the Mini PC case. There's two variants of it, Raspberry Pi 5 and the Jetson Orin Nano. Get that right in a minute. So Jetson Nano is what everyone else would know it as. So this is made by Elecrow, and Elecrow, they make a lot of different boards for and modules like TFT boards and stuff like that. So I was quite interested when I saw this one, as it looks similar to some of the other Pi 5 cases, and I thought, yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got. So let's open it up. I've not been in it yet, so I'm doing this on camera. Okay, right. Oh, okay, well, that's quite nice. There's 3 fans in it. Right, that's not a Raspberry Pi 5, so this has got to be for the Nano, and this has got to be for the Raspberry Pi 5, of course it is. One sheet, that's not too bad. Excellent. Clearly we've got 3 fans, we've got an SSD, Pi 5. Okay. This is quite interesting, the cooler. It looks like it comes with it. Now, I did some tests way back when the Pi 5 first came out, and the actual official Raspberry Pi cooler was really quite good, the active cooler. So yeah, let's have a look and see what we've got in here. Okay. Right, so the side window looks like it's etched with all the GPIO numbers. I don't know how well that's going to come out. So front. Okay. Wow. Bottom, everything's nicely labelled. Look at that. Pi 5 cooler. Fans. I wonder if they're RGB ones. Oh, they are, like LED. Nice. Again, just like the other cases, everything's very nicely labelled. There's no getting these things mixed up, that's for certain. What on earth is this? Feet. Ah. Okay. Like I said, this COVID's hanging on a bit. Look at this OLED module. Well, this is going to set it aside from the others. Look at the size of that. That looks like a 1.3 inch one. It is. Well, bloody hell. That's a lot bigger. And we all love a big screen. Okay. What else have we got in here? Oh, it must be the other angle piece. So it's a very nice powder coated, looks like 1mm, maybe 1.2 powder coated steel. These are very nice. These I forget what the term is for them now. They're like a threaded insert that's been bonded into the metal. And do you know what that means? Don't monkey fist it when you install it. Very nice. What else have we got in here? Something else here. Raspberry Pi interface. Okay, so in the bottom here we've got all sorts of stuff. GPIO adapter. Oh, card adapter. So it looks like it relocates the SD card. Here we go. Ah, this is the big one. Oh. Okay. So this seems to be the main motherboard extension. Yeah, so here we've got our SSD. That's just marked as USB. I'm assuming it's power. And we've got 2 full-size HDMIs. Now this is a good addition. Nice. Real-time clock battery. Very nice. What's this one for? Unless that jumpers over with a ribbon, but I guess we'll find out shortly. Okay, there's lots of other bits in there, and I've noticed there's a few ribbons and stuff. This might be the actual one that jumpers it over. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start assembling it, and I'll be back shortly. Right, so here you can see I've fitted some of the studs to these threaded posts. One strange thing was this one hasn't got a hole in it. I don't know if that's well, that will come out. Don't know if that's a defect or what, but it just means I won't be using a screw. So I've put the rest of it together. Unfortunately, I had a small mishap with the supplied cooler, which was my own fault and the dog, and I've cracked it. So I've left this cooler on here for the time being. So yeah, it's been quite simple. These connectors hold these. We've got the TF card adapter in here. Yeah, it's ready to go. There's a small ribbon cable here, which is not too difficult, and a small jumper here. And then it should, if that lines up round like that, just screw it in like so. Yeah, that actually feels quite solid. So yeah, all I've got to do now is get a whole bunch of screws in there. Now, according to the instructions, it says CM 2x4 screws, 10 off. Right, so get these out here. I do like these silicone mats to work on. Okay. So as you can see here, I'm up to part 5. It's telling you exactly where to put the screws. Nice. Right then, let's get that screwed down. Got to orientate that properly, I suspect. There. Yeah, now it's going to be very careful. You've got to get this TF card in the right place. Now, looking at that, which way round are we talking? Yep. So to orientate it the same as what we're looking at, we'll be holding it like that. It says we've got to put one of these in each one of these holes, so I can. Well, this is where it's going to get a bit tricky. So luckily, if it's a little bit magnetic on the driver, there we go. There's no issue with these threaded posts either. They're quite well machined. just goes in. So we've got two there. There we go. Now, as you can see here, there, that's where that post hasn't got a hole in it, so I find that a little bit strange, but it is what it is. I'm just seeing where I can put the bolt holes through. I mean, that seems very strange because that's covered. What? So I can put one in there. I can't put one there, which it says you're supposed to be able to. Can't put one there, but then there's the last one over here. Now that doesn't make a lot of sense for this. So I'm going to try and manipulate this out. There. And there's the issue. So it says in the instructions you've got to put this on first, but you can't put that on and get this bolt in. Screw, whatever you want to call it. You see, look, that's got to go in there, and there's no way you can do that with that adapter board there. So let's just... There we go, it's in now. Not moving. And then we can get the GPIO extender in place. Pull it down. Nice. There's another post there. What's that for? Very strange. Okay, so I'll continue with putting these other screws in. Again, like with most things like this, make sure you don't monkey fist them. Strip the threads off. So it's as soon as you find a bit of resistance, just a little tweak. Okay. Two more here. Yeah, that stud that doesn't have the thread in it, that won't matter at all really, stability wise. There we go. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, meant to be 5, 6, 7, 8. So where am I missing the last two? They will be them two there. So they look like they've lined up perfectly. Nice. Here we go. Ah, superb. And that does feel very solid, must admit. Okay. So, I'll suss out the next bit and I'll be back. Okay, so here I've got the completed unit. Looks very nice. The plastic front and side bezels are very nice. They've been beveled. I don't know if you can see this. They're very thick and they give it some solidity. So on the top, I've still got to put the bottom feet on, as you can see here. But on the top, you've got your power button and OLED. And I quite like it in that configuration. Yeah, it's not taken too long to build. It looks pretty good. However, if I do have a criticism, it is the SSD, the M.2 SSD is going to be very, very, very difficult to get to after the fact. So, you know, you've got to decide up front what sort of Pi you're going to run this with. Is it going to be something that requires an SSD or not? and are you likely to reflash that SSD? Because if you are, you're going to be into pulling this apart again just to get to it, as you can see here. So you can see the SSD is actually underneath that fan. You're not going to be able to get to the fan from this side, so in order to get to it, you're going to have to split the case in two in order to, you know, change out the SSD. Yeah, on the back there's a very nice sort of frosted or sort of dark plastic. I don't know if you'll be able to see through it. It's semi-transparent, so you can just about see through it. I don't know how well that's going to come out on the video. It looks very nice, and like I said, the whole thing feels very sturdy, definitely. But yeah, so as you can see here, this is what the final product is. I'm very happy about the full-size HDMIs on the back. That makes things a lot easier, plugging into TVs and stuff. And yeah, just like the other Pi cases, you know, a good use case for this is either as a little PC or as something that's going to go under your TV. Now personally, I'm going to fire this up and I'm going to try a couple of distros out for retro gear on it. So I've already had a lot of trouble with Pi-Mega, so I'm going to wait till Pi-Mega 5, I think, before I give that a proper go. Yeah, but other than that, I really quite like it. I'm going to leave this video here right now. I'm going to say check out my compadres, all the usual suspects. They'll be in the video description. We've got a Discord channel too, have a look at that. I'm going to come back with some other stuff that I've got to do in a later video, but for now I'm going to leave this one where it is, and I'm probably going to use this itself actually for next, when I come back to Pi-Mega 5. But I've got some other stuff as well, and I keep meaning to get around to making a video on it, and that's Dospian and some other bits and pieces, which are self-contained distros for the Raspberry Pi. And the Dospian looks very good, you know, for a DOS PC, etc. And something like this lends itself perfectly to it. So yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.